My name's Jeremy. I'm from a financial advisory business that I set up about 9 years ago called Super Advice. And one of the cool things we do is we work with businesses that want to help their people be better with money. So there will be people that are really comfortable and happy with the way that they're managing their money. They're quite happy with their financial situation. Everything's cool. There might be people in this room that are getting by. They probably know they've improved, maybe from 5, 10, 15 years ago if you're a bit older, but they know they could improve more. If you think about it, money in our modern world represents survival. Have you heard the saying, cash grows cash? If you've got a pile of cash, it grows on its own. If I have $100 and I put it in a high yielding savings account, which pays interest, and it pays 10% in 1 year, my 100 in 1 year turns into 110. If you're sweet with cash and loving it, we may be able to optimize something like your KiwiSaver or your investments. We may be able to help you put some good foundations around a plan that you want to achieve. If you are one of the people that's getting by, rolling from week to week, you're getting by, but you want to make some improvements, we can definitely help you. What's happened is money has become too easy to borrow. So debt is too easy, way too easy to get. We have developed a 6-step process to help anyone who's got the discipline and got the dedication to have a go, because making a change is hard. Change is one of the hardest things. If you're always doing that, it's very difficult to go do that. What we want to do is we want to change your habits. We want to change your mindset. I want to help you guys create a new routine so it just becomes the new way you do things. So how it'll work is you'll get that financial wellness questionnaire, and then a few days after that, you'll get sent another questionnaire. This is called the Discovery Questionnaire. We just want to get an idea. No one sees this. We just want to see an idea of how you operate. Who loves big, long questionnaires? Me neither. 7 questions. We're going to ask you if you use cash or card. We're going to ask you if you're single. We're going to ask you if you have kids. We're going to ask whether they're with you all the time or part of the time. We're going to ask you if you're partnered or married. Do you have your own money or do you have joint finances? It's going to give us an indication about how you feel about your money situation. After you've completed the questionnaire, we will bounce you back an email and it will give you your score and it will tell you what that means. The highest is 30. I'd say the average we get is probably 9. Your score is your own private information. There's privacy laws in this country, so it's just for you. You should share it with your crew, I don't care, that's fine. But we can't share your individual score with anyone else, so there is a privacy element here. So we're gonna ask you to do a budget, right? It's super simple. Now you're gonna get 2 choices because these are the emails that are coming to you. You can select self-serve, you can do it yourself, it's real easy, or you can come to us. Now you should come to us. If you're not sure, please come to us. Our job at Super Advice with this program with you guys is to simply to move the score in the right direction. We've got strategies around using cash that will stop you spending. Because remember, we want to accumulate because cash makes cash. We will share screens. It's super simple. We're going to find out your income, your expenses, and your assets and your liabilities. What that means is how much you get paid, how much you cost, what you own, and what you owe. And that's it. And from there, we want to ensure that you have, after you've got your income and paid your bills, there's a surplus, some left over. If you're sort of living week to week and you're like, oh God, is it payday yet? You don't have a surplus. We're also going to ask you what you own and what you owe. This is where we see a lot of people come unstuck here. If you owe more money than you have in assets, you're in a negative net position, we call it. So we'll fix that. Now, I recommend that you guys come through to us to do your budget. So you can do a self-serve if you want, that's all cool. Or you can book a meeting with our crew. The next email you'll get after you've done the budget is you will be asked to choose an accountability setting because we want to keep you accountable. You can choose 3. You can choose gentle nudging. Oh yeah, I'm good, everything should be sweet. You could choose regular tune-up, or you could choose hardcore drill sergeant. Hardcore drill sergeant is aggressively worded and high frequency coaching and interaction. The next thing we're going to ask you to do is save a mini emergency fund, $1,000. Now I don't mean, oh yeah, I've got $1,000, but then because it's payday, but the next day I've got 210. No, I want $1,000 that sits over here, a mini emergency fund, and then your everyday operating account still just rolls like it does. So it might take you a month or 2 or 3 or whatever to save that $1,000, but that's what we want. It's a mini emergency fund because as we step through this program, Shit's gonna happen. Your car's gonna break down. You're gonna need a warrant. You're gonna need 3 tires. You're gonna need all this shit. That's what that's for. So that you don't go back into debt. You will get lots of reminders and tips and tricks on how to do whatever step you're on. So if you're on the $1,000 step and you've chosen hardcore drill sergeant, you're going to get semi-regular messages teaching you and showing you tricks and tips on how to get that $1,000 as fast as possible. Like, how do you do your shopping? How do you manage your money with your partner? Have you got a meal plan? Do you buy too many takeaways? It'll just show you all the tricks in the book to get that grand as fast as possible. Once you've got your $1,000, you get your next accountability email going, a good way to save $1,000, blah, blah, blah. You go, oh, I've done it. Click. It moves you to the next stage. Most people, they have debt. They have credit cards. They have vehicle loans. They have personal loans. They have buy now, pay laters. They have store cards. They do, most people do. So we're gonna help you build strategies and educate you around never doing this ever again. It's what's absolutely screwing you and keeping you down if you do it. So we've got debt reduction strategies that we can sort of wind you up, set it all up, point you in the direction and wipe it out. Because how can you ever build wealth if you keep giving it away every payday? So once the debt's gone, the next thing we're going to ask you to do is save your fully fledged emergency fund. The $1,000 is a mini emergency fund, right? You've now paid off all of your debt, and now we're going to ask you to save in a full emergency fund, which is either 3 or 6, like we like 6, but 3 will do, months of your fixed expenses. Now remember, you've done your budget. You know all of your expenses. You know your monthly expenses. It's got a number next to it. So you just have to save 3 to 6 times that. So you've done your budget. You know what your expenses are. You've got rid of all of your debt. So all the money that comes in every payday stays with you. Now, can you guys just imagine, right? I want you to imagine. It's 15 months in the future. 2 of you here have just clicked over 4 months in a full emergency fund. You know your money intimately. You think about it all the time. You watch it because you've got a budget. And you now have 20 grand in the bank account. No debt. Now your cash is growing cash. If at 24,000 gets 10% in a year, you just made $2,400 for jack. Well, you're making your money by your labor and effort. Your money is making its money. So our ultimate goal is to get you feeling comfortable about your money, feeling happy with how everything's working, and getting rid of any anxiety that you may or may not have, and putting you in a home and setting you up for retirement. And that's really the program. And we're available at any time. You can text Jeremy, you can give me a call. If I don't pick up, I'll call you back. What we usually do is we'll have a Teams meeting where we look face to face. And if it's possible, please bring in your partners, because we've just learned if we're helping one and the other is resisting, you will go nowhere real quick. It just won't happen. When we go through a budget with a couple and everyone's honest, there is an entry for purchased lunches and purchased dinners, because we know we're dealing with working people. It's a reality. And when you add it up and it goes like, holy heck, 600 on lunches a month. When you see that in front of you, it is easier to go, holy heck, you are now motivated. Who's in KiwiSaver? Yep. Cool. Who knows what fund their money's in, how it's being invested? Don't know? Yep. Makes a huge difference, man. If you're in the wrong fund, you will have this much money at retirement. If you're in the right fund, you will have this much. I know how it works. I can help you. When you have this sort of knowledge, you look at a decision differently, and you often go, no. Not doing it, because of the knowledge. You'll see a change if we can sell the dream of wealth and delayed gratification, because that's really what it is. Everyone can make the change if they just tighten up, miss out for a little bit. We're going to get all hyped up to miss out, and then due to missing out, we will accumulate. Once we've accumulated enough, cash makes cash. We'll put the framework in place, follow it, miss out for a little bit, miss out for 6 months, you're probably there. We've got a program. It'll send you emails, follow them, take the advice. Every email you get a little thing, I want to book a meeting with the Super Advice crew. You just book a meeting, it opens up a little thing, you choose your day, you choose your time, and you select it. You get emails going, don't forget your meeting. The morning of your meeting, you get a text message on your phone, you got your meeting today, don't forget. There's no time limit either, you know. We're going to be aware that there's business that needs to occur while you guys are at work, so we're not going to have you there for ages. but we'll do what we need to do in the time that we need to do it. Cars bleed cash. Cars on finance hemorrhage cash. Please come through with any questions. It could be, Jeremy, I hate my mortgage advisor. What's your advice around that? It could be, Jeremy, we've got to get my wife and teach her how to budget. Jeremy, you've got to teach me how to budget. Jeremy, blah, blah, blah. Jeremy, tell me the story again. I want to be motivated, you know, whatever. We'll just get it happening. So that's really, really cool.
Thanks, Russ.
Thank you. Cheers.